became very fond of over the years. It's Silk Road by Kitaro. The Japanese synthesizer and new age musicians. 1980s probably, 1980s and 1990s. He became very popular worldwide, and for some reason I was looking at my copy of the CD, and I found this Kitaro's best of Kitaro's copy, and I tried to listen to it, and immediately I fell in love again, and I started to listen. But anyway, so the particular album I got to know is from the visit of me, the local Japanese restaurant in Detroit, and I used to go there for lunch and sometimes dinner, and they play this particular music. I didn't know before that anything about Kitaro, and this particular pounding, new age, romantic, beautiful music coming to the the restaurant, and all the time I felt like, wow, that's so captivating, so interesting, and I felt like, wow, I should find out who that is. And they said, well, it's a Kitaro, it's like best of the Kitaro album, and I think it's music is from Sacred Journey #2. This particular one is the Silk Road album #3, album #1, #2, and there's #3, #4 also. But it's called Tunhuang, and one of the music I later acquired this Tunhuang CD as well. And I loved it. And but anyway, the Silk Road is the background music for the NHK's Japanese broadcasting TV program of documentary called Silk Road. And this is a documentary that showed this NHK's cameramans and narrator together. I think maybe 2 or 3 people only traveling from China, Xi'an area to all the way to the west, somewhere in like Turkey or someplace like that. So this particular program, of course, I got to know later, and saw some of the YouTube footage, and I love that particular program. If I could get the DVD of that particular thing, I like to get hold of it, because it's a wonderful program about the Silk Road, exploring the history and culture of the Silk Road. Silk Road is like from west to the east. There's this particular business route that they used for a long time, and so lots of cultural thing back and forth went from from the east to the west to the east, and so as a Japanese person, you studied about this particular history, and you feel like wow, it's like you're not confined, you're open to the outside, and you became kind of all of a sudden wise, open-eyed, and you look at the outside culture, and that happening a long time before the Japan closed the country. And so for that purpose, I think I would say Silk Road for any Japanese people mind has this romantic connotation, romantic longing for the outside culture outside, Chinese culture and Near Eastern culture and European cultures and so forth, because that was the only route that those cultures coming. And but particular documentary, focused on that particular aspect, and it's very very well done program, and I love that program. But all through that particular program, this Silk Road music is in the background, and it's so effective. And I think many people fell in love with Kitaro's music through that particular documentary series, TV series. And I fell in love. And since then, Kitaro's music become, one of the most loved, music of mine. This is Tenku. In this one, there's a music called Wings. It's like you are looking at some celestial object, like a Betelgeuse, the Orion, and waiting for their final stage of the Betelgeuse, or something like that. It's depicted in that particular music, and this is I think the pilgrimage in Shikoku, Japan, and this is a compendium. This is also the documentary by NHK, I would say. So it's lots of different Kitaro's music is used again, and so I love this one. And of course, Best of Kitaro, I love that. And also I have lots of other CDs. I have another 10 or 20 CDs. Kitaro's Best 10 Years. Anyway, so I really love this Silk Road concept and Silk Road music. And I think that's just because I got introduced to Kitaro's music by this Silk Road. I became one of my staple music to go into whenever I want to have a relaxed time or something. And I have also acquired lots of other Kitaro CD, later CD, but later CD is not the same as the earlier CD. Very different. I think earlier CD has this synthesizer music only, and it's very very repetitive, but it's a beautiful concept of the music making, and it's very relaxing. Later on, it's also very very nice, beautiful music, relaxing. But he, started to use the human voice and started to use the real musical instruments, and also much more of like a melodious or much more tuneful later on, I think, which I really think that is still beautiful, but I'm not that much attracted to that. I think I kind of tend to go to the earlier music, especially Silk Road, and so yeah, that's why I really like to convey the thoughts that yeah, you guys, if you haven't listened to Kitaro's music, I really suggest that you want to, there's lots of YouTube, Kitaro's channel as well, and there's a lot of best of Kitaro's music and the YouTube and everything, and you can listen any of those. And Silk Road, especially Silk Road music is, I think, in my heart and very very strong, and so yeah, I like to convey that particular things. Okay, bye.